This is a letter I wrote to my kids a few months after the devastating diagnosis that is type 1 diabetes. I've been your mother for over 10 years. I've been your mother in the sense that I became pregnant, eventually, gave birth hastily, and navigated you anxiously through your early years. I've read and cooked quite well. I've fixed grazes, temperatures, and broken buttons passably. I've tolerated craft activities and role play, barely. But it's only recently that I can say I'm a good mother. Of course, I've always loved you. I would do anything to protect you. But I've always made sure that you rely on yourselves. A drop down the behaviour chart for leaving behind your homework book once too often? Your lookout. A playground dispute. I'll give you advice, but you sort that out yourselves. I thought I was a good mum, and I was in lots of ways, but I could do better. I could be better, and now I am. It has taken a significant event in our lives for me to really see my children, to understand who you are and why. I'd give that event back in a flash. And yet, I feel blessed by how it has changed our relationships. Before, we rushed through life, ticking tasks off lists on a headlong dash towards bedtime, when we briefly sank into a sofa, a glass of wine, or a plate of pasta, and then sleep, before starting the process all over again. The pace of family life left little time for talking, and even less for listening. To my girl, I will never forget the day when your world fell apart. I would give anything to take it away, to wake up from the nightmare, to see the smile when you wake and know that it will stay there. But I can't. All I can do is be there for you, as helpless as that feels. You came back to me that day. Your fledgling sense of independence was stopped in its tracks, and I was once again your safe place. You've never slept in my bed, but you did that month, as we both got to grips with all the new and alien tasks that are now part of your life. We cried together, and I held you, not knowing what to say. I did not know it then, but that time spent together, not talking, was more than just consolation. It was time to think, to wonder, and to try to understand you, to get under the skin of who you really are and what you feel. You talked more to me then than you ever had, and you still do now. I think you know that I understand you better, and that even when I don't, I want to try. Now, when you lose your temper, I don't write it off as a hormonal tantrum. I wonder if you are low or high, sad or frustrated. When people talk of the tempestuous teenage years, I no longer roll my eyes in parental collusion. I think of what a tumultuous time that is, and I hope that you will still trust me enough to tell me things. I try to stand in your shoes. I love you now better than I ever have. I respect you more. I admire you more. You inspire me more. To my son, you were mine and I was yours. I loved you both, but you needed me more. You rated us on a scale of 1 to 5,000, me and your dad. I always came out at 5,001 and was secretly smug. I did everything for you, and you were happy that way. It was a classic mother and son bond. I know when things changed that it hurt you. You held it together, and you never complained. You knew it had to be about your sister for a while, and I was proud of you for that. But I knew you were smarting. It hurt me too. I missed your small body in my arms, your shuffle towards me on the sofa, your melt into me cuddle. I was no longer there for you 100% of the time, and I hated it. You were scared for your sister, I know that, though you said you were fine. You were scared for yourself. Would it happen to you too? Suddenly, she needed more of my time, and gradually you came to rely on your dad. It was he who tucked you into bed for a while, his face at school pickup when I couldn't be there. He started to read to you at bedtime while I supervised medical chores. He got up for you in the night to let me catch up on sleep. You bonded over match of the day, and he coached you to more confidence in your football skills. You became friends. You're still mine, I'm still yours. But your confidence in yourself has doubled. You learned to rely more on yourself. You and your dad worked on a different relationship, and I've loved watching you discover shared passions and in-jokes. Now, you shuffle closer to him on the sofa than you do to me. It's fine, because you still rate me 5001. I love you now better than I ever have. I'm proud of you. I'm impressed by your resilience, and I'm moved by your compassion. It takes time to become a mother, to really feel like mothering is under your skin. At least it did for me. Thank goodness I realised how much I was missing before it was too late. Thank you.